Good morning from Houston. We are here for about 4 nights, 5 days, and we're going to show you around everything that we eat, every place that we go.
Never been here before, so new city.
Yeah, everywhere that we have a drink, so let's check it out. So up first here in Houston, the Houston Zoo. We've never been here before. So something really cool, we're seeing this sea lion make a painting. We have seen these get sold in these zoos, and I love them. I think they're so unique. But it's really cool to watch it. And there's the smallest elephant. You can barely see it, but it's adorable. And there's also other elephants that are pretty close. But look at that. Very small elephant underneath that, Mom.
19 days old.
19 days old. So walking here is a 1-year-old as well. So not as small as the one underneath Mom, but pretty small. Especially compared to the full adults. And there you can see the baby a little bit better. And how small it is compared to the mom. So something that you don't see much, the lions are actually awake at 11 a.m. Because these lions do usually sleep about 18 hours a day. And he is gorgeous with his mane. So it doesn't really work with the lighting. But this is a clouded leopard. And he was climbing all over the place. And now he's in a cute snooze position. You can see him a little bit better. He's adorably stretched out over the ledge. So something that you don't normally see in a zoo are these mongoose, and they're in a giant like cuddle pod.
They have a ton.
Yeah, and usually you don't see that. So the red pandas are up. Pretty adorable. Oh, look at it.
That one's moving slow because it just got up from a nap.
Yeah.
But watch out, his buddy's gonna come. His buddy's doing laps.
There he goes. And this guy's just watching him. So the Houston Zoo is in Herman Park, which has gorgeous lakes and bridges. Just a nice place to walk around and enjoy the outdoors. And that will do it for the zoo. We spent about 3.5 hours there. Now the zoo is part of the city pass that we purchased. It's $64 per person.
Yep, for 5 attractions.
For 5 attractions. So the zoo is one of the attractions. If not, it's about $24, $25 to get into the zoo. Overall, the exhibits were really large. They had a good collection of animals and very updated. So I would recommend it. And now, it's Luncheon at the Hobbit Cafe, which I'm really excited about because I'm kind of a nerd. I love the sign. You shall not pass until you try one of our new meats today. So our food arrived. We got a Helm's Deep for classic fajitas, which looks and smells amazing. And this place has been here for how many years?
It's going to turn 49 this year.
49 years, and it's very cool inside. They have all these pictures and posters, and it's very nice. And the food smells delicious.
They had craft beer on tap for $3.
$3? It's good deals. So the entrance inside has Gollum dressed up as a cowboy. And then there's also this chair that he really likes. Now a different type of restaurant, Bad Bao. So they have arrived. We got the pork belly and yummy bird. They do look yummy. So here in Houston, they do have a lot of parks. We're at the Gerald Hines waterwall park, and it has, well, a waterwall. It's a very interesting feature here. And here's a little closer to that water wall. It's really cool. You definitely get a little breeze here. very different. They do have parking right across the way. That's $3 if you do want to check this out. And even up close. It's actually really kind of trippy watching this for so long in the middle. And now it's time to get some drinks. We're here at the Buffalo Bayou Brewing Company. And I love their entrance. Look at that. So this brewery is really cool. It is 3 different levels. On the first floor, there's the brewery itself where you can see the brewery. It is dog friendly. Second level is a restaurant and bar. And then the third floor, you get this gorgeous, gorgeous view of Houston. Now you do have to be careful because there's different types of beers on all different levels.
Really crazy flavors too.
Yes, very different flavors. So I highly recommend checking that out. And this just shows how many taps there are. This is on level 2. There are additional ones on level 1 and level 3. Up next is the Huller Brewery Company that I think we could see from the other brewery. So we got 2 beers here. I got a Kolsch.
I love my mug.
Yeah, your mug.
French Pilsner.
French Pilsner. I also tried the Don't Be Tardy, the Party Sour, and that was very sour. So it is dinner time and we're eating at the Waffle Bus. So here we are inside the Waffle Bus and we got a chicken waffle. It looks really good. It has the classic thunder sauce.
Thunder sauce, their famous sauce.
The famous sauce, I don't know what that famous sauce is, but it looks really good. Look at that chicken. So this is really delicious. The thunder sauce is like a spicy mayo with the honey and the chicken and the waffle itself. It's so
like
good.
every part of it's good.
Yeah. So we're ending up the night at another brewery called Walking Stick Brewery Company. I don't know what kind of beer they sell, but it's a cool vibe out here. So we got 6 samplers here at the Walking Stick.
It was $12, so pretty cheap. The beer was just kind of okay. I liked the decor, and they were playing like music bingo, so it was really fun.
Yeah, I love the decor. It was really cool. Good morning. On day 2, we are here at the Houston Space Center. Now this is also included in the City Pass. I believe it's $30 if you buy individual tickets. This is cool. This is a winged spaceship. It was supposed to be 10 ship fleet that can carry 70 people to Mars. Very cool. So I am currently sitting in a model of the lunar vehicle that was part of the Apollo 17. So this model shows off how giant a spaceship is. And just in case you're wondering, this right here would be you. Not even the rocket launch.
This is the type of rocket that took our astronauts to the moon. Nowadays, a real rocket inside the building, not a mock-up. In fact, this is the only certified remaining that is completely flight ready. This rocket would have been used for future Apollo missions had the program not been canceled in the 1970s. The Saturn V is the tallest, heaviest, most powerful rocket ever flown. On the launch pad,
So they do have a tram tour here. With the tram tour, it's about an hour long. You get to go to their training center, which is really cool looking at what they're doing. It's a working environment. You get to see all these types of things. They were building robots and they have all these different prototypes. Really cool. And then they drop you off here at this park. It is included with a mission. And at the end of the tram tour, you get to see the Saturn V spacecraft, which is massive. So a really cool exhibit here is the command module for Apollo 17. Very cool. We are currently in, I think, a recreation of the Skylab. Pretty cool. So here's what the cockpit of a space shuttle looks like. It is lunchtime and we are eating at Hubcap Grill. And our burgers have arrived. I got a cheesy Cheetos that has Cheetos and cheese sauce on it.
Mine looks insane.
You got the hangover burger with fries, bacon, gravy, ham. Very interesting. And I like kind of the decor. It's very simple. And that chandelier light. Very cool. So also included in the city pass is Kemah Boardwalk. It's roughly about 10 minutes away from the Space Center. And it has a bunch of rides. And we like rides, so we're here checking it out. So Kemah Boardwalk is really kind of small. There's a couple different rides here. We're on the observation deck tower. There's a roller coaster in the distance, part of the reason why we came. And really pretty views of the Gulf. So all around the city there are these types of murals and graffitis and wall art. So we're gonna grab a drink, and up first is Truck Yard. So the decor here is kind of interesting. You have all these different paintings, and then
a moose.
You have a moose with bras. So we're inside Truck Yard now, and it has this giant beer garden type area. They do have food trucks, and yes, the live band, and a Ferris wheel.
Now the Ferris wheel runs Thursday to Sundays. Now to ride the Ferris wheel, it's $10, and that gets you a ride and a Long Island iced tea.
That's a good deal. And here's some more street art. And I'm not sure who this is. We are debating on who this character is. Comment below if you have any clue. So now to check out a popular brewery, Eighth Wonder Brewery, which is named for
the Astrodome, which is at a point called the eighth wonder of the world.
So in the courtyard and beer garden area of Eighth Wonder, they have these giant statues of the Beatles. The lighting package is actually really nice. I also love this.
So I had to steal Molly's camera because this brewery has 2 beers, XLR8 and Tidal Wave, which are the names of old rides at Astro World, the closed Houston area theme park. And they also have some love for my other, one of my other favorite things in the world, professional wrestling. Of course, the 8th wonder of the world. Some people called it the Astrodome. Some people called it Andre the Giant. So he is on the wall, drinking a giant beer and holding a keg.
Here's more street art of a llama and a rabbit and maybe a bear? Not sure. And then a very happy singing lollipops. Popsicles. They're definitely popsicles. Up next, Neil's Bar. And that's an Atom. So here at this bar you had a Nintendo 64, a Super Nintendo, and I believe a Sega. As well as old school videos such as Guts. Now Cider Arcade is the next hit, which is definitely a you place, isn't it?
Yes, a craft cidery mixed with an arcade.
So we're drinking a couple ciders while playing Monkey Ball.
Oh no!
And they have a whole different types of games.
There's so many games.
So many games here. Here's another view of Herman Park. Also included in the City Pass is the Houston Museum of Natural Science. So they have a giant pendulum clock, and it reminds me a lot of Lost. Of course, every natural science museum always has some dinosaurs, And this is so cool. They have the picture of what this guy looks like right next to the skeleton. And look at this head of this crocodile creature. And of course, you always need a T-Rex. And this room's really cool. It's so many different skeletons of dinosaurs. So another exhibit that they have a lot in science museums is the Egyptians, and talking about ancient Egyptians and their culture. And they have so many exhibits and artifacts, and they're such in good pristine condition. It's really, you can spend a long time here looking at everything. So for lunch, we're going to a very famous place called Turkey Leg Hut. I will warn you, there is not much parking. They do charge for parking, or there is very limited free street parking. So we got one of the classic stuffed turkey legs. It looks delicious and massive. Look at that thing. So our next stop takes us to Smither Park. That is where local artists use mosaic statues and art and present it. So inside the park you have this artwork. You have the dog at a table. You do have a swing with a dragon.
I made a friend.
And we made a friend. They are continuing doing work, so they are making a mosaic like walkway. But we have a friend. He's so cute. He came wandering up to us. I think I found my favorite sculpture, and then you liked
This, it's a band with a raccoon and a top hat wearing armadillo and a happy lizard.
That's pretty cool. It's an interesting park since you don't usually see this as sculptures. You usually see it more as paintings. So this is a little odd. And for another person's house, it has a giant
Metal scorpion thing?
Yeah. I guess that's a sculpture in itself. Very interesting. More food time, and we are here at Twisted Grilled Cheese Gourmet Sandwiches. This sign speaks to me. So here's our sandwich. We got this 5 cheese and pepperoni grilled cheese. Look at all that cheese. So something different in Buffalo Bayou Park is a cistern. We did the history tour. It's $7 per person, and you get to walk around and look at this giant cistern. They do have a temporary exhibit of art. It would probably be more of our thing.
Projection mapping and music.
Correct. But they do 2 tours. That one is a little bit more expensive, so make sure you book online. So now we're at Seismique, which is an interactive, immersive art museum. So if you haven't been to an immersive art museum, they're really cool. There's so many different rooms. Each room is done by a different artist.
Very trippy, very innovative, and very varied too, where one room you walk into might be totally different than the next one.
Mm-hmm. I loved like the brainwashing videos. And
yeah, I love some of the some of it felt like you were on the Avatar planet. And the rain room was really cool.
The snail room. It was neat. If you haven't done an immersive art museum, I definitely think you should check it out. It is $35.
Yeah,
it is a little bit more pricier than other ones.
Yeah, the price point is pretty high, especially when you're there for about an hour. That's an expensive hour.
And now a different type of food. Poutine. So here's our poutine. We got build your own with fries, cheese curds, a fried egg,
Pork belly,
bacon bites, pork bellies, caramelized onions,
fried egg.
Looks delicious. So we're going to grab a couple of drinks at Lalo.
And tiki bars are one of my favorite things, and I've got to get the zombie every time, and it did not disappoint. A little dark to see their cool mug. Molly went with the painkiller, and I really like this tiki bar. It doesn't look like anything from the outside, but very much feels like Tropical Oasis once you get to the inside.
During our stay in Houston, we stayed at the La Quinta West Chase. It was really nice. It was a big room. We do have a deluxe, I think, room. And it was, it's a nice big bed. It was a very nice room for the price. It was about $60-$70 a night. And they did free breakfast, which was always a plus. Now it is time to get something sweet at Sweet Paris Creperie and Cafe. So through the window, you do see them preparing the crepes. They do have breakfast crepes as well as sweet crepes and savory crepes. We decided to get a breakfast crepe since we're here early in the morning, but it looks delicious. So our breakfast crepe has arrived. We got the Houstonian that has scrambled eggs, potatoes,
bacon, mozzarella cheese.
It looks delicious. So here we are at a little bit different attraction. It is called Luckyland, and there's a giant Iron Man out here.
I believe that's the Hulkbuster.
The Hulkbuster. Oh yeah, look at that. So here at Luckyland, there is a panda village. There's so many pandas. And a waterfall. Look at that. I think I found my favorite panda.
That panda does look very relaxed.
And he has his foot up so cutely. So here in the garden, they have, how many do you think they have?
Oh, gotta be 1,000 or so?
1,000? We think that it represents the terracotta warriors in China. So in the back of Luckyland, they have this giant model with fountains and buildings and people and trees. It's very, quite giant, and it stretches like the whole area. So you do have this pretty fountain garden area. And the pond has a whole bunch of koi, and you can feed them.
Here you go, koi. Here's some food.
They're kind of fighting over that food. Going a little crazy.
It's a little
That's kind of neat. And on the outside, they have all these different transformers. Right?
I think some of them might be Voltron as well.
Maybe Voltron. And there's a dinosaur. Don't forget the dinosaur. It's a very, very unique place here. Up next is barbecue at Rogel's. So here's our food. I got the 2 meat platter. I got pork belly and sausage with mashed potatoes and mac and cheese.
And I just want all brisket.
It looks good brisket. Last thing included in the city pass is the downtown aquarium. So I do think the theming level here is really nice. And then look at this gator. They're in cute pose. Mouth straight open.
Snuggling.
Looking straight at us. I don't know how well this will come out on camera, but the aquarium does have an octopus, and it's actually out. Look at its tentacles. It's so cool. Waving around. Another shot of how detailed and nice themed level this aquarium is in front of the catfish. There they're sitting on their bottom of their tank. Relaxing. So also that the aquarium has is outdoor rides. We're currently on the Ferris wheel, getting a great look at Houston downtown. They have a carousel, a drop tower, and probably a really unique attraction, one of the most. It's a train ride that goes through a shark tunnel. So like the roof of the train is see-through, so you can look above you and the shark can swim above you and over you on the train. It was very unique. This is not included in the city pass. It's about $6 extra. So the aquarium does have a strange animal for an aquarium.
Yeah.
A tiger. They do have an indoor section and an outdoor section. And here he is, gorgeous face. Sleepy, tired, doesn't want to play with the enrichment toys. And our last beer stop is the St. Arnold's Brewery. I think it's the oldest one?
The oldest craft brewery in Texas, and it's named after the patron saint of brewers.
So also at the St. Arnold's Brewery, there are some art cars. Now there is a museum that's all about art cars. Unfortunately, it is closed on our visit here. And it was something I really wanted to check out, but I mean, it's pretty cool, all their cars. And look at that giant skull. And all the ones with their logo on it. So we're drinking a flight here. Really good beers. Very different beers. And we're in the beer garden.
Beautiful beer garden.
Yes.
Cool fountain.
Very cool fountain.
Dogs. It overlooks the city.
I love that fountain. And probably really cool at like night with the lights and everything. I highly recommend. So they do have a shop in an indoor section that's currently closed. The indoor section is really cool. Look at that little booths and areas. I'm sad that that's closed, but understandable. On our last day in Houston, we took the hour drive to Galveston, and we did some of the attractions over there. One of them was Moody Gardens. It's 3 pyramids, one's an aquarium, one is a science type museum with a movie, and then the third is the coolest, I think. It was a rainforest. There was monkeys, there was sloths.
Lots of birds.
Lots of birds. It was in open air, so the monkeys could run right past you. And then we headed over to Pleasure Pier, and we did some of the rides there. The Iron Shark.
Yeah, that's their roller coaster. It was really good, really smooth, and the whole pier gives you great views because it's right on the ocean.
And we went to the beach, went to some of the shops. We went to the Rainforest Cafe that has a ride there.
It was really fun. I like the Rainforest Cafe ride.
It was a dark ride, very unique. So it was a fun time in Galveston. And that will do it for our time in Houston. We did spend 5 days here. It was a perfect amount of time, I think. We did a lot of stuff.
Yeah, a longer trip for you and I, too.
Yes. I really enjoyed the barbecue food. That was delicious.
For me, none of the food, nothing really was great. Everything was very good. Nothing was like mind-blowingly amazing. But I think my favorite was the burger at Hubcap Grill.
Oh, that was really good. I did like how much variety I felt like Houston had with food.
Yes, definitely.
And then seeing the Saturn V and the training facility and the Houston Space Center, that was very different.
Yeah, as far as attractions go, my favorite, I'm an animal guy, and getting to see that little tiny baby elephant at 19 days old, so cute, so tiny, that was probably the highlight for me. Now, we did a lot of drinking on this trip. Do you have a favorite like bar or brewery?
I quite enjoyed the 3-level brewery, the Buffalo Bayou.
Yeah, for me, as the tiki bar guy, Laylo was a really cool tiki bar. I like that quite a bit.
Yes, that was very, very detailed inside.
And Cidercade. I think I could have spent all day at Cidercade and been very happy.
That is also very you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for watching, and subscribe. And if you have any questions about Houston, we'll try to answer it below.